Why do I film the way I film? Let's get into that one. So, I do my videos this way because, quite honestly, I'm going to be having these conversations anyways. It probably sounds crazy, but I spend a little over 2 hours a day driving, give or take, right? So that time is useless, lost time. I don't like that. I like to live my life very structured, making some type of progress at all times. I don't want any dead space, and I know a lot of you out there like that as well. So for me, bodybuilding, working out has been a part of my life for, I guess it's over 25 years now. It's definitely over 20, but 25-year range. And with actively competing, there's a lot that goes on in your mind. I remember in my last prep, like I used to look forward to my drive home so I could, for lack of a better word, have a conversation with myself about what I was doing, if I was on track, what I was going to do next, and things of that nature. That probably sounds crazy, but I know you've heard of, it's not window watching. There's a term that people use when they talk about their drive time and getting their thoughts together through the windshield, and like getting in a conversation with somebody on your way home, and you don't necessarily remember exactly how you got home. You ever been there? So you get in your car, your truck, you're headed home, you call somebody calls you, the next thing you know, you're at home, right? It makes that time go by faster, more efficient, it's more utilized. So the reason why I'm doing my videos like this is because it's literally the only time that I have. I'm at work from, A to B. My drive time is C to D. And when I get home, it's either kids sports or it is training and cardio. Everything has a time. My life has adapted to my training and my cardio over time, which is why I'm able to be in the position that I'm in today to compete, to have a career, to have a family, to be there for my children. And a lot of this stuff, as I'm talking to people, I realize that there's a lot of stuff people want to know. There's a lot. Now, they may not want to do it, or they may not be able to. I can usually tell when I'm talking to somebody when they check out, right? Usually it's about the time I mention maintenance calories. People are good with working out. Everybody wants to work out, but nobody wants to diet, and that's kind of the thing all the way around. So dieting is not hard. It's something that it's a progressive learning type system. Your body adapts. You don't have to make it horrible for the sake of saying it's horrible. The goal in dieting is make it as easy as possible. So I think I can help people through that. So the way I'm doing this now is a faceless solo podcast style recording. And that's the way that works best for me. Because as I've said in previous videos, there's not a lot that I won't talk about. And a lot of people just aren't into the workout thing, or they're not into it extremely. That's what I would say. PDs are pretty taboo. Peptides are kind of not necessarily around the kitchen table talk at this point, but with the GLP-1s and the tirzepatides and retatrutides and all this stuff, it's becoming the Wolverine stack. I know you've all heard of that. It's kind of becoming more like couch talk, maybe not kitchen table talk, but more couch talk. But then again, a lot of people like to keep that stuff secret. I have no intention of like this being a PED channel in any way, shape, form, or fashion. That being said, I do know some things about the PEDs, and I'm making myself available to talk about those things, both the good and the bad, what's a reasonable expectation and what is not. Okay? But that said, in my life, there are things that I don't want to talk about. I've got kids. It should be enough said there, right? I have kids. Kids are always on the internet, and you never know what they're going to stumble across. So I'm remaining faceless on the channel. I will do real physique updates, and I will, make sure everybody can see my progress, where I'm at, where I came from, things like that. The channel is very new, very, very new. So it's a good point for me to start building from right now. I feel really good about it. So the audio will improve. I've ordered some audio mics. I got to figure out how all this crap works. But anyways, I'm trying to utilize time that otherwise is going unused, doing something that I would be doing anyway in an attempt to help people out. Or maybe it doesn't help you out. Maybe it pisses you off. That's we can agree to disagree. I have a lot of experience in this part of fitness in the world, and as it relates to working out, exercise, and a lot of that was learned the hard way. I've never had a coach. I'm self-coached. I did not do everything right, which is what my driver is to do this again. I know I can do it better. I know I can present a better package. I know I'm not done. I know I can get bigger. When the day comes to where I've tapped out and I cannot get better, then we'll reassess. But up until that time, I'm going to keep learning, because that's what it's about, learning. And I chose self-coaching. There's nothing wrong with being coached, as long as you understand what the coach is the paces you're being put through, right? Like, as far as, there are those managers out there who, you probably came across these managers or supervisors that want to hold key pieces of the job to where only they can do, to kind of put themselves on a pedestal. That's not the kind of manager that I am, or supervisor that I've ever been. My goal has and will always be to give people what they need to succeed. That's how I think you judge a place of business. Is that place should run just as efficiently when you're not there as it does when you're there. That's what I feel. And that's the way I'd like to keep everything going, keep everybody knowledgeable about what they're getting into. Everybody should know. You got the right to know. Lost my train of thought. I had to pass a car real quick. Again, I am driving when I make these videos. I do apologize for the non-perfect audio out the gate, but that's what I have to work with right now. I'm going to make the audio better. I'm going to get some better B-roll. There will be some full day eating videos. I mean, essentially this is going to grow, hopefully, as long as I'm engaged and you guys are engaged. This is going to grow to, remaining faceless, but it'll change. It won't all be solo podcast style B-roll stuff. There'll be some more stuff thrown in there. Try to keep it mixed up. So again, I'll take this time to say, if you want to know about anything, send it to me. I will do my best to make a video on it as long as I know something about it. I never want to talk about something that I know nothing about, right? That's a really good way to get your head busted, talking about something you don't know nothing about, right? I'm willing to talk about anything that you want to hear about, that I have experience with and can elaborate on further. I'll let you know where I failed and where I succeeded at. And that's kind of who I am today. I'm who I am today from my failures, not because anybody taught me. It's because I learned the hard way. Like, I've got a freaking pec tear. I've suffered injuries. I've failed. I've missed a peak. I've, over dieted. I've gotten super fat. Like, I've done it. So, anyways, thanks for being here. Consider staying with me on this journey as start building this channel up and getting a lot of content out there. Hopefully it helps somebody, and I will talk to you guys on the next one. Thanks for listening.